Hello and welcome to Brian's Got Game. I'm Brian, and today I've got a game called Cat Lady. Cat Lady is a 2 to 4 player set collection game by Josh Wood and published by AEG. In this game, players are trying to be the best cat lady by feeding cats, getting costumes, and collecting toys. The play area consists of cards in a 9x9 grid. Players each take turns, taking 3 cards from either a single row or a column. The cat token is then placed next to their choice, and new cards are laid out. Then the next player must choose from a different row or column. Play continues until the deck is exhausted and everyone counts up their points. So let's check it out, and I'll show you how to feed your cats, how to move the cat token with the spray bottle, and how to score big by taking in a stray in Cat Lady. So start off by taking the 13 stray cat cards, shuffling them, and taking 3 and placing them here, and then the rest won't be used for the rest of the game. I'll talk more about these later. Okay, then shuffle the game cards and then place them here. So depending on the amount of players, you remove either you remove these cards because they've got 4s and 3 pluses on them. If you're playing with 2 players, you remove both of these. If you're playing with 3 players, you remove just the 4s. And since we're going to be playing a 4-player game, we are going to play with all the cards. So then you take the top 9 cards and deal them out in a tableau, like so. So the player with the most cats in real life gets to go first, and the person to their right gets to take the cat and place it on one of these rows or columns. So what this means is that if I place the cat here, and if the person before me placed the cat there, and it's my turn, I can't take this row. I could take like any of these columns or these 2 rows, just not that row. So that's it just kind of prohibits you from taking that. So they're gonna put that there. Then take these extra 2 points. I'm gonna place them here, and then I have a whole bunch of food cubes also. We're now ready to begin. So on your turn, you take a row or a column and place it into your hand. Or in front of you, depending on what card it is. So it's my turn, and I'm going to take this row. No, I'm going to take this one. So this is food. So once you take a food card, you discard it, place it here, and take the food of that type. For a while, you take a purple one. So that's the blue tuna. So I'm going to take a tuna. You place cats in front of you, and then these lost cat cards go in your hand, and then you can discard 2 of these to either gain one of these, you get to choose, or to get 2 points here. So this goes in your hand, so separate. And then you place these out, and then you put the cat there. So now it's the next person's turn. I'm going to take these. So these catnips, if you only have 1 of them, it's negative 2 points. Now if you have 2 to 3 of them, you get 1 point per cat. If you have 4 of them, you get 2 points per cat. So we've got some of those, and then costumes. The player with the most costumes gets 6, and if you have no costumes, you get negative 2. So safe for negative 2. Those all go in your hand. So then I'm going to fill these in. And this goes here. Okay, so I'm going to take this row. This row looks pretty good. So there's cat. Now these are toys. Toys are exponential. If you have 1 toy, you get 1 point. If you have 2 toys, you get 3 points. If you have 3, 5, 4 of them 8, and then 5 toys, you get 12. Now the thing is, to get these exponential points, they have to be different. So these are 2 different ones. So right now I have 3 points. Now if I got another yarn ball, I'd have 3 plus 1, so that'd be 4. Those go in your hand. Place these out. And I'm here, and I'm going to take these. Alright, so now I'm going to talk some more about cats and food. So, as you should know, animals such as cats eat food. So, the thing is, these cats are really picky. So, Blackberry here won't eat tuna. He only likes chicken. So, he wants to eat 2 chickens. So, I'm going to take this row. So, I get a chicken and a tuna. And then I can pre-assign this chicken to him to feed him. You don't have to technically have all the food at the cats before the end of the game, but it's just kind of good to keep track of your food. Now, I have 2 lost cat cards, and I'm going to discard them, and I'm going to take one of these. So, this one is, if you feed the most cats during the game, he's 7 points. Otherwise, he's only 3. That's pretty good, but I have to have a milk to feed him. Macaque is, if fully fed, macaque counts as an extra catnip. So that might be okay. And that's also milk. And then this one is, LeVar Burton. LeVar is worth 4 points for each set of black and orange cats. While black and orange and white cats that you feed. So the thing is, also in here, all the cats are colored. So there's black cat, orange cat, and a white cat, and then there's some with combinations. Up in the corner, there's a letter, so BOW as black, orange, white. So I'm going to take macaque. Well, no, I'm going to take Hemingway because you know what? No, this cat. So I'm kind of pre-sign that there. Now the thing is, these don't get refilled. So we only get 3 during the entire game. So either one player is going to get 3, 2, or one person doesn't get 1. So 3 more. Now this is another type of food. Is you could get 2 of them. So you can. There's also other cards in there with 2 milk and 2 tuna. All right. So now it's this guy's turn, and I'm going to take the new food because that's pretty good. Even though I have no cats. And then yarn ball. So spray bottle. You put this in your hand. So let's say that there's this really let's say there's this really good cat and lots of food that you happen to need to feed it, but it just came out and it's blocked and you can't really get it any other way. So either you could say, fine, I'll just take this one, or you could play a spray bottle and then you can move the cat to wherever, and then you can take food, well, whatever you want. So the spray bottle moves the cat, so you get to pick whichever one you want. So that's how that works. So now we're going to skip to the end of the game and talk about scoring. Okay, so we're running low on cards and it's going to end soon. So I'm going to take this. So now I've got another tuna to feed that cat. And then I refill these. So this is the last turn. And he's going to take some of these because he needs to get rid of some of those cats. Alright, so now the game immediately ends and everybody scores. So we will start by counting up everybody's... No, we're going to do all the normal points. So first, we're going to give everybody the chance to line up all of their cats. So here's that. This cat did not get fed. So I'm going to flip that one over. That. All his cats are fed. He has food. These cats did not get fed. This is extra, and he's done. So first things, you count up all your points from the cats. So all of the cats that were fed are worth the points. So 1, 2, 3, 9, 12, and then this one is 4 points for each set of black, orange, and white. So that's 16. So he's got 16 points so far. So then you get minus 2 points for each unfed cat. So this guy has 5, 10, 16. Minus 2 is 14. So this guy has a lot of negative points. This guy only has 1 so far. So now whoever has the most leftover food. So I have 4, and he has 1, and that's it. So the guy with the most leftover food gets negative 2 points. Then you get the most costumes. So got 1. Guy's got 3. And he has 4. And this guy has none. So if you have none, you get negative 2 points. Negative 2 points, and then the person with the most gets plus 6. So he's got 7 points so far. And then catnip. So if you have 2 or more catnips, you get 1 or 2 points per cat. If you only have 1 catnip, however, then it's minus 2 points. Then you can kind of add these if you haven't already, and then let's do the toys. So this guy has 3, so that's 5 points. He gets 5 points. And then if you have kind of multiple sets, like this guy does, we got yarn ball, match post, cat tower, feather, cat tower, mouse toy. So that's 12 plus 1 is 13. So then you count all the points, and then the player with the most points wins. That's how to play Cat Lady.
Okay, now my dad here for parents' opinions. So Dad, what do you think of Cat Lady?
I really enjoyed Cat Lady. I like set collection, I like card games, and I happen to own one cat.
And that one cat has appeared in more than a couple.
Sometimes, if not in the video, in the soundtrack with a meow or two.
Meow. So components. It's got the cool little food cubes. I smashed the words.
Yeah, the food cubes. I keep thinking about how they could have made those a little bit better. I mean, they're just kind of boring cubes.
In the shape of a chicken, or in the shape.
That would have been really cool.
That would have been cool. Like
it has been done before.
Mm-hmm. Like, and their cat, that was awesome.
Yeah, the cat is cool.
Yeah, the cat is really amazing.
And there's cards, and that's it. So not a whole lot to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's not too much, but it's got a lot of strategy, which we'll get to. So artwork. So I don't know who the artwork was done by, but it's like
the designer.
Yeah, I knew that. So John Woods, Josh
Wood.
Wood.
Yeah, the designer of Cat Lady.
The designer of Cat Lady.
Did the artwork.
He did the artwork of his own game, and it's got a cool, like, cartoony, just happy feeling. Like, while you're playing the game, you just see the cats and
yeah, I was going to say, it's kind of
art.
like a comic strip.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of felt a little bit like I was looking at Garfield or something while I'm playing the game. So it does add a little bit to the charm of the game.
Mm-hmm.
I think I like a little bit more like done on the computer generated, animated. But this is done pretty well. It's all hand drawn and it looks good.
Mm-hmm. I really liked it. So, strategy. This game has a lot. There's the 3 different columns and the 3 rows, so you could pick any of them, excluding one. Unless you, of course, have a spray bottle, which has more. Do you want to get this one or that one? When you use it, and then there's a ton of different ways to go and score points. You could go all toys and get, 12? You could get like 36 points having.
Well, but
15.
the odds of you getting all the
Yeah.
toys are pretty low.
So you could get a ton. Oh, there's Giddy. You could get a ton of, like, the toys and run away with those, or you could feed a whole bunch of cats. It's just, there's a lot of ways to go.
Yeah, I really like how you have to choose, and it's also thinking about what your opponents are going to take too. What I really liked was the addition of the stray cats. So that gives you kind of like an alternate path or a different goal based on how the stray cat might score. But in order to get the stray cat, you need to get the lost cat posters, and depending on when those show up. So there's a lot going on.
And then, of course, with costumes, you want to get at least one. If you want to go for those, you got to get a whole bunch of them. It's just, I really like it. There's a ton of ways you can go.
The catnip, and you want to get cats, but you need to feed them, and so...
It's a huge balancing game. And then you just want to go, like, all the paths, play it 50 times and try it all.
Yeah, and if you have 4 people that know how to play, like, it goes really fast. And it plays well with 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah. It's really solid game. So Easy for Kids, we've played it with
6?
First grader. Yeah.
And he really enjoyed it. He took to it.
Yeah, he really liked it too.
Yeah.
But it was more like, ooh, I got a cat and I feed it. Not as much as the strategy, but that's to be expected.
Right. And the rules are easy enough to grasp as well.
So overall, it's a really great game. It's got good components. The artwork's just beautiful. The strategy there's a ton of, like, I can't, like, express this enough. Like, there's just so many things you can do in this game, which is kind of surprising. Like, Cat Lady, get cats, feed them.
Yeah, I remember when we were at Gen Con and Todd gave this one to us, and I was like, Cat Lady? For real? And it was part of the AEG Big Game Night kind of bundle. There was 3 games, and the other ones I will say are not as good as this one. This one is by far the best. And some people I've seen on Twitter and on BGG say that this is going to replace Sushi Go for them. which I didn't like sushi in the first place. but it scratches that itch of set collection, I think. And since I'm a cat person, this one's definitely going to replace Sushi Go. But now if there's a game about cats eating sushi, Yellow has a game.
Yeah, Yellow does have a game. Cats eating sushi.
At a competition, and they get indigestion. But that's a whole nother review.
So yeah, Cat Lady by AEG.
Go check this one out. This one is a great one.
Thank you for watching Brian's Got Game. Please like us on our Facebook page. Send us a tweet at Brian's Got Game. Visit our webpage, briansgotgame.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Brian. This is my dad. See you next time.